Oh shit, music stop.
Yeah. Well, hi, welcome guys again. Good evening. Another episode of GZ Sports with your boy Randy Savage and Jackson Bryan here. Vamos, my friend.
Vamos, my friend. How are you doing today?
Well, it's kind of burning in Jamaica. It's hot. I don't have a road because they're just paving it. Yeah. There were no flights accepted in the country for a while. The
I
Reggae Girlz was
realize.
stranded in Cuba. Yeah. So whatever. But it's Jamaica, it's like we get used to it after some time, obviously, because we're used to this. We are
Fair
used
enough,
to
fair enough,
this.
fair enough.
How about you? Because you're the actual reason the show is late.
I tell you, man, traveling. Sometimes you gotta travel. Sometimes you gotta do a lot of stuff. I'm heading all the way to the Midlands, the middle of the country, 2 days from now. Last night there was a lot of lightning and thunder, a lot of rain. A lot of people said it was just bad weather. I suspect it was just Messi doing that Thor celebration again, causing all of that sort of stuff. But
Wow.
yeah, sorry, it's my bad. It's late. We're supposed to originally do this show yesterday, but as you said, travel related matters came up, and then today matters came up. So now it's super late in the afternoon, but we're getting it done anyways. Kind of like a certain London club transitioning over to Jackson.
Yeah, everybody's getting everything done, man. And before we even go into anything, right? Right, the first thing, right? Accepting of Fulham, Jack, what's his name? Pula. Jack from Fulham. So I was supposed to get this about a few weeks ago, but then I didn't know the British transit time between Britain and the US was, I think, about 10 to 12 days. That was okay. Then, as I said, there were no flights coming into the country. So that was another couple of days. But finally, I've gotten this. Team of the
Mm,
Leno,
mm.
signed by the player, right? Signed by him himself.
Look at that.
Right, so thanks Fulham. Appreciate it. I got the keychain too and the badges and everything. And I got a picture of
So,
the women. I don't know if you
so,
guys sent the women's team with this, but sure. Okay, I'll get.
so,
I'm into a bit of women's football, so I'll get a bit known to the women's team. But thanks, Fulham. I got
so,
Leno.
so. No, no, no. Hold up. Wait a second. So Fulham is just no ratings for Randy. Is that what's going on here? Okay, it's fine. I prefer Sheffield anyways.
Damn. Yeah, but no, no, I
But
appreciate it.
thank you for real, though. Thank you for real. It means a lot. It means a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just listening.
We have a friend. I'm not gonna disclose his name because I don't want to actually call him out. You know who I'm talking, right? We only have one Arsenal friend in common, right? You know who that is. Bro said if Arsenal sent him one with Saka, well, to finish the statement, I couldn't say it on YouTube. I'll tell you that for free. If I'm
Um.
not saying that on YouTube, bro, couldn't do it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
it's the star boy.
Saka ain't no Scott Parker, but the
Man,
people have their preferences, I guess.
bro, chill, chill. We're already wasted.
Bro, it's been so long since I brought up that name. You can't even complain. It's been like months.
Fair enough, fair enough, man, fair enough. But hey, again, down Fulham, Leno was great yesterday. Um, Fulham beating Everton because Everton are rubbish. Let's
Sure.
not jump directly into the Premier League because we kind of didn't have a show. We kind of got knocked out on Tuesday, and we kind of had no reaction to that. So we have to get our reactions now. People know my thoughts because I've already posted it and said the chances were just to the wrong people, and we started playing too well when we went a goal down. It was like Man United of 2018 under Mourinho. I couldn't explain it. They did well. They made
Yeah.
qualifying rounds. I was a bit flabbergasted when I hear people before the match, that is the night before and in the 2 a.m. saying, yeah, Jamaica definitely gonna win. I'm like, how many goals have we scored? All right, how many goals have Colombia scored? Okay, how are we definitely going to win? you see, it's one of those things, and I didn't want to play England, so I'm glad I got knocked out from Colombia. But your thoughts, your reaction to the whole World Cup, for the Reggae Girls.
It was gut punching, you know. It is gut punching, honestly, because I wanted us to win. But then again, I said confidently that we have to take our chances against a high flying Colombian team led by Usme, right? Similarly, Usme is the one that did break the deadlock in our game and subsequently won as a result of that Colombia. Um, we had chances. We defended really well. Usme, great little effort, beating arguably the keeper of the tournament for me, right? And getting that clinical goal. As you said, we started playing. If we had just came out like that from the start, we wouldn't have needed to be pushing in the second half like that. We could have simply just gotten a goal or two and just went back to our regular defensive ways. I don't get why teams feel the need that once they concede, oh, Messi? Yes, Messi. Let us all be Messi for like the next 45 minutes. Like, bro, no. You gotta you gotta do more than that. Like, but no, but in all seriousness though, because congratulations to Colombia. Like it's a little. I was upset, but no, thanks to a certain team from a certain part of the world referred to as the Lionesses, I am feeling much much better. Yes, yes, I am feeling better. But yeah, all credits to Colombia. They did really well, and all especially credits to the girls. They really made a small nation and an entire region proud. You know, hold your heads high, lace your boots up, and let's see if we can build on this next time. This surely means wonders for women's football in Jamaica. I hope and I pray. And this World Cup has shown why women's football is so interesting. A lot of people said, "Oh, we wouldn't watch the World Cup because it's women's World Cup," and I just believe that's just so sad, especially considering there've been some absolutely amazing moments thus far in this World Cup. Like we saw a 55-year-old man do a backflip. Like, come on, like you can't find that anywhere else on the internet, right?
Exactly, man.
W- We've seen some amazing saves, some amazing goals, especially that goal, the first goal for Panama. I'm so sorry, I forgot who scored it. That free kick was absolutely bullet. We've seen some amazing goals. Chloe Kelly with the with the strongest goal. I believe they said stronger than uh any other goal in the Prem from last season.
Yeah.
From the penalty spot in order to send England through to that quarterfinals against Colombia. England went on to win that match 2-1. The Colombia keeper fumbled the ball and you know
Mhm.
tip, just England just colonized them. Like I don't know what else he just did that.
Oh my
Like they scored first, and I was like, okay. I expected the Lionesses to walk with this one, but Colombia just kept throwing and throwing and throwing everything. That number 18, I forgot her name, but she's a baddie, But I'm referring to her football abilities. I was referring to her football abilities, just so
God.
and she did really well, but unfortunately they didn't get the win. As you know, I actually put my predictions on England to win. Now they face up against the host, the Matildas, led by Kylian Mbappe. Sorry, Samantha Kerr.
So,
Um,
yeah.
I'll be watching that match because, as I said, I predicted Argentina to win the men's World Cup, and I'm predicting it, and I've been predicting England to win the females World Cup. So, if I'm right, I deserve a medal and possibly a signed card from Lionel Messi Inter Miami. Just link me up. I don't like a shirt, a little bracelet. You see, I have a little wait, Argentina one from last December, still on my arm after all this time. So I love all anything Messi. But yeah, I've been rambling on. Jackson, I'm turning over to you now.
Bro, I don't even know where you were going with that. I genuinely don't know. But yeah, listen, we have to be proud of them because none of us expected out of the group stages. No one expected Brazil to fall. England definitely, as I said, England have the best goalkeeper in the whole world. Mary Earps. I remember watching the Colombia game. I can tell you this for free. I was watching the game with my mom, and What was the girl's name? The Colombia number 10. I don't remember her name right now. But
Is
I
it
was
Usme? Usme
not
Caicedo?
no, that's not Usman. But the number 10,
And
she always takes the set pieces. And when she got the ball, I was like, oh, she's all left foot. Just send her down the flank. She sent her down the flank and she chipped my ribs. I was like, oh shit, that's not good. That was not good, bro. I couldn't take it, man. I just started to watch Arsenal after that, and that's how bad it was. I
oh
went to
no, 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 no.
watch
Don't do that to yourself, man.
it. They brought it back. I was watching 3 games actually, but congrats to the Reggae Girls. That's one. England go and win it. You got to bring football home for once, and
For once.
bye bye Colombia. No hating on you guys.
Adios.
You guys are
Adios.
not.
Like I'm a little bit happy, because considering how upset I was after the Colombia game, um, it's it's kind of good seeing your neighbors fall. Like
Oh,
they say, haha, we beat you, Jamaica. Lol, we are still under British rule. Get shot.
man, bring up history, bro, man,
No, but we
but
still are under British rule, though. We're still a constitutional monarchy. We
yeah,
still answer
technically,
to the
I
crown.
don't see why. I have no idea. I'm
Wait,
not getting.
so wait, so that technically means that England has two teams in the semi-finals, England and Australia, because Australia still represents the British monarchy. I
Oh,
wouldn't be surprised if King Charles III, like, yo, Matilda's just lose real quick, and they just have to say, all right, bet.
that's not, bro. Shut up. I'm kicking you, right? I'm kicking. But no, you got to stop, man. You got to stop. But hey, man, we gonna go ahead and move on, bro. Just message anyway. Um, Speaking of Arsenal, the football is back. What did I just say? Well, football is back, man. I was on the road on Friday. Should have been home to watch Burnley. Then I decided it's fucking Burnley. It's Man City. I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be at least 4-0. Then I heard. Then 4 minutes into the game, Haaland scored. I was like, right, not even tracking this. Wi-Fi goes off. Then De Bruyne got injured. I was like, Wi-Fi's back on, ready. But saw Haaland's second goal, and I was like, that's gonna be City. But Burnley did play
The,
a good game. They weren't terrible. Even though somebody got sent off in the 94th minute, I have no idea. Um, Reaction to that first game, Haaland's back scoring, Burnley looking like Burnley, but without
all
Owen.
right, all right. So I really, really wanted to say what a start to the season this has been. I completely did not see this coming. It was an amazing match. But I'd be lying to you and to all the viewers if I didn't think that. In fact, once I saw Haaland that scored, I'm like, hey, yo, can somebody just put on like golf or something? I'm tired of watching this guy. I'm
Ah,
tired. He does it every single game. Like at this point, if you bet £1,000 on Haaland scoring 2 goals every single week, you're gonna get £1,001 back because it's almost guaranteed.
legit.
Like it's just crazy. And Burnley, as you said, didn't even play a bad match. They were just outclassed by City. Josep Guardiola Salas, right? The man, the myth, the ball legend himself. He's just come back with the same level of bullshittery as he did last season. Just walking over the opponents. And like at this point, I'm just convinced that City, they're gonna be even better than last season. I'm calling it now. Haaland has integrated himself more into the team, right? Everybody's learning their positions more, right? Players who were on injury are coming off, although there's still players injured, and injury prone players, but the physios are working. And I think City's going to be even better than last season. And that's great, and that's scary considering. I know that Haaland won't win this Ballon d'Or, but I expect him to win the next one. Honestly.
Nah, well, we already had that talk about how world football chooses, especially if Mbappe does stay in PSG somehow, French football is giving him that Ballon d'Or, right? absolutely just handing it to him just for staying in France.
Now, Mbappe has not been um top two this year. Possibly top three, top three, top three. Arguably, yeah, arguably top three, but not top two. No shot. It has to be Messi, Haaland, and I think De Bruyne and Mbappe would have to be fighting for third spot. But get this, because of Mbappe's performances in the World Cup, I would actually put him ahead of De Bruyne. I know City fans roast me all you want. It still won't give you that Champions League. Well, you still got it. But anyways, that's
Yeah.
besides the point. We used
Uh,
to be able to use that as an insult, and it's just so sad that I can't do that anymore. I need to find a new insult.
no, of course you can. You don't have a UEFA Super Cup.
You don't have a Super Cup. Yes,
You don't have a
yes,
Super.
that's it.
You don't.
You don't have more than 10 fans.
You don't have the big bad UEFA Conference League title. What are you talking about?
Exactly, exactly. You don't got a manager called the special one.
Exactly. I mean, if they
Right?
had
You
this,
don't have a striker from Denmark called Holland. Hush, Rasmus Holland.
get his name right. I have to tell you something about Hoyland actually, but that's more virtual than it is real life. Anyway, Saturday, Arsenal up 2-0, and I told people this before, and you saw my predictions. Arsenal have not improved, and I'm telling you that. Look, they beat Forest, yes, but come on, they had their strongest backline, bar I think Tomiyasu for Gabriel. They had their strongest backline out there, but Elanga tore you apart. Anthony,
I personally think Tommy Tomiyasu is better than Gabriel. Personally speaking, I think he's better than Gabriel.
listen, we'll leave that for the Arsenal fans to discuss. But Elanga tore you apart. Anthony freaking Elanga tore apart your wingers. Came on 10 seconds later. It's a goal. Elanga, rhythm is a dancer. Anyway, um, but that was a good game. Forest actually, a lot of people I know put Forest near the relegation scrap. I have no idea why. Forest showed why they're not going to be there. In regards to Arsenal, well, Rice does upgrade on Xhaka because he's just going to play Xhaka's position. But look at Timber, already injured. Havertz can't find the back. He couldn't hit the ocean from a boat. I doubt he could hit. I'm telling you now, Kai Havertz couldn't get high in a weed farm. I'm telling you now. He's that off target. He couldn't get high in a weed farm. I mean, that's just the truth. Bro. Like, they put him up front after they took off Nketiah and everything, and my God, was he awful. Just like in the Community Shield final, he was awful. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what they see in Havertz. I don't know what everybody saw in Havertz. Havertz is not the player. Um, I've always said he's not physical enough for the Premier League. If he had stayed in the Bundesliga, he would have been regarded as one of the best. Same if he moved to La Liga. But, man, thoughts on Arsenal this season? Are they actually going to push City this time, or will they just, was that just a one season hit like Kane?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you, right? Arsenal. If you saw my predictions, you realize that I did not put them top four. Arsenal don't look better to me at all. In fact, they've just gone and gotten signings that quite honestly under par. 65 million for Havertz, bro. I'd rather pay 65 million for Harry Maguire. Arsenal, he link us up if you want him. But in all seriousness, I'm pretty sure that if you stuck Harry right where Havertz is, he'd do better. That's how
That's true.
confident I am.
That's actually true.
He's just bad. He's just bad. It's not even. I'm not even gonna bully him because I know that sometimes it's hard to adjust to life in a new league, with a new language, new teammates and everything. It's different from what you experienced back in the Bundesliga with Leverkusen. But bro, you can't be missing chances like that. You can't be just playing so horribly. Like, if you ask me, Chelsea committed highway robbery and fraud getting that transfer done because there's no way I wouldn't pay 65 million for Caicedo, much less for Havertz. And Havertz is as about as useful as a broken fire hydrant as a broken fire hydrant in a woodland fire. Bro, that ain't helping nobody. It's just gonna be there taking up space. where an actual useful fire hydrant could be. Which is why I'm so surprised that why did y'all not go and sign the man, the myth, the legend himself, Muhammad Kudos? You could have signed Kudos. You could have signed Sofian Amrabat. You could have signed who else is up for sale? You could have signed Adrian Rabiot even. You went and signed Havertz. You went and signed the worst version to Real Madrid Hazard. Dude, Arsenal aren't going anywhere. And if they do, if they prove me wrong, if they push and get top three. Worse if they win the league. Any mystery forfeit y'all want me to do, I'll do it. Just put a forfeit on the Twitter, and then we'll use the one that gets the most likes or something like that. Y'all get to choose. Alright. I'll burn this Argentina armband and put on a Brazil one for the next video. For the next 6 months. For the next 6 months, I'll do that. If Arsenal finish top three, because I'm confident they will. And a couple months from now, next year when we look at it, you're gonna be, man, he's Jose Mourinho. He's a special one.
He's a special one.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm genuinely just looking forward to this season, but I don't think Arsenal has what it takes. Last season was their best season in 20 years, and it's gonna be their best season for the next 20 more.
Hey, listen, bro, listen. You were harsh with Arsenal. As people said to me, right? People told me that I was harsh with my predictions in regards to where Arsenal would finish. So you are probably Osama bin Laden in regards to this. Um, I'm gonna put up the predictions in a minute. They're actually getting them up soon. So let's go on some other games this weekend. I mean, Newcastle absolutely putting Villa to the sword, taking them off.
Can we skip over this? Can we skip over this topic? Can we skip? Because
No, man. No, bro.
the greatest keeper of all time got absolutely rinsed, and I'm not really there for it. Emmy, we still love you. Emmy, we still love you. Just please don't play like that for Argentina. I'm begging. I
He got
beg.
absolutely punished to say the
I mean,
best.
that backline did not help him at all, though.
I
Like,
mean,
let's be real.
what do you
The
expect?
backline genuinely did not help him.
I mean, but that's Emmerich for you. Emmerich knows that even though Kanza and Mings played well last season, you brought in Torres and Carlos is back fully fit. You got to, you kind of have to make a change there. He did late in the game, but that didn't help either way. I mean, Harvey Barnes, they made Harvey Barnes look like Prime Neymar. Bloody hell.
No, Harvey Barnes is actually good, though. Like, we can't discredit that Harvey Barnes is. I genuinely believe Harvey Barnes is up there with maybe Jared Bowen in terms of quality. He's
I mean,
just not get. He's just not getting the hype as Jared Bowen because it's not like Harvey Barnes was playing for a team that's won anything since 2016. Well, no, the FA Cup, but they got relegated, so you can't really say it.
yeah, that's mainly it, man. But yeah, so I got the predictions up. Let me see if so I'm gonna put yours up first because mine is a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't show it. So yeah, South has his predictions like this. There it is. So basically, he did not predict Arsenal to be in the top four. He had
Nope.
City top, Liverpool second, Chelsea third, and United fourth. Um, Arsenal fifth, then Newcastle, Brighton. I need to know, Brighton beat Luton Town yesterday, 4-1. I still need to know why you guys think Brighton are going to regress in a way that they're not finishing higher this season. Like, seriously. I mean, I think we agree with
No,
the bottom. Nobody agrees with these two. But what happened to Brighton? What did they do to you guys?
it's not that Brighton will regress. It's not like their quality will get any worse off. It's genuinely not that. One could say losing some of the best players, McAllister, Caicedo, could play a role, but I don't think they'll necessarily regress. But I just personally think that the other teams will play just better. It's kind of like putting this Manchester City against Prime Barcelona and they won the sextuple. Like, two other teams are amazing, but you just expect the better one to come out on top. And this is just what I'm expecting because after what we saw with Newcastle, Chelsea put on a show today against Liverpool. It was a very interesting match. It was a very interesting match. A show don't necessarily mean it have to be 10 stars or 5 stars.
No, no, I'm
It
not.
was an
I'm not.
interesting match though.
I'm not discrediting.
They survived against Liverpool, and I think that's a good sign for Chelsea. Everybody I expected Chelsea to go in and get 3 or 4. I actually expected Chelsea to win. I genuinely did expect Chelsea to win. Even when I looked at the lineup, I'm like, the worst they're getting is a draw. They're not losing. And so said, so done.
Hey, bro, look. I looked at the Liverpool lineup and I was like, okay, just because they're playing Chelsea, they will get away with it today. That's just because they're playing Chelsea, they're gonna get away with it. Like, you can't play Szoboszlai, Gakpo, and McAllister as your midfield. You just can't do that. In you just can't do that at all, right? You got away with it because it's Chelsea and they're not gelling and nothing is around yet. But like, come on, like they need a six. Lavia is going to Chelsea as well. Caicedo went there already. I have no idea what's gonna go on in the near future, but bro. But anyway, man, that was a cracking game. That was a cracking game.
Yeah.
I gonna show my predictions because I didn't even get a chance to, even though mine were put out there. And this is I'm gonna scroll all the way from 20th, which Luton Town. I think we all kind of agree with this, right? We all agree with this. Fairy tale story, but it ends. Sheffield United in 19th. Then we all agree with this.
Yeah.
Moving on, and this is where everything gets harder. I don't know why this picture got duplicated. Wolves in 18th. Now Wolves, we already lost in who gets sacked first because Lopetegui, he's already gone. So we all lost that
Wolves
for.
18th.
Bro,
What about Everton? Everton
I'm
have
not
survived the last 2 seasons.
I'm not there yet. Listen, right? I'm explaining, right? Wolves are gonna get relegated because they can't score goals and they're horrible away from home, right? They're gonna get pumped every week, not every week, but you know what I mean. They're gonna get pumped every week, right? Bournemouth. This is purely down to Gary O'Neill not being there, because I have no faith in Bournemouth before. You can remember that when they fired Scott Parker and they had Gary O'Neill in charge. I had no faith, and I said, yo, they might get relegated. He saved them up. He was even in manager of the month conversation. I was like, yeah, and then they fired him. So I hope they go down. Right, they won't go down, but I hope they do. This is where Everton come in at 16th because Sean Dyche has never been relegated. Sean Dyche is the best ginger manager in the world. You have to know that. And Everton are going to be a bit better. They got Shemiti. They're trying to get Hugo Ekitike on loan, and they signed Jack Harrison on loan from Leeds as well. So they're building something there. Now this guy Demari, he's on his way out. He's already on his way to Fulham, so he's not going to be here. Connor Cody traded Premier League for bloody Leicester. He's not even a starter there, but we're not getting into that. 15th is where I put the continental Burnley, so to say. Not a team full of Englishmen anymore. You got actually people from other nationalities, and that's just. I think they're gonna play some good football. I did make note of it here though, about James Trafford. Remember last season when City sold a keeper for 20 million who had nothing higher than League One experience to Southampton? What happened to them? I predicted them 11th, and well, they're not here anymore. It's the same exact thing right now, and I hope that it doesn't happen again, because that would be that. No one would buy from City anymore. Forest in 14th. Obviously, they have improved. Elanga, Ola Aina, they still push. They got Matt Turner, but they still want the, Dean Henderson, right? So Turner might end up being a backup again. For now, he's the starter. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. But yeah, Brennan Johnson, Morgan Gibbs White, they're gonna lead this team forward with Taiwo Owoni. I think they'll stay up. Palace, I think they'll regress because it's Roy Hodgson in charge. The signings he's made so far are just so Roy Hodgson, Jefferson Lerma, Lewis Hall, Matthias Franca. Not really any attackers. I know he's gonna move this guy Eze to the left wing and have to replace Zaha, and that's just gonna be it. That's basically Palace. West Ham, I think when you bring in England's best centre half, Hold on. I can't say this straight. Okay, so when you bring in England's best centre half, right? You bring them in, you're gonna increase your defense. I mean, Zuma was captain yesterday. We know Harry's gonna be captain when he makes it there. If they can reopen negotiations for Scott McTominay and bring him in, that is basically Declan Rice, but with lesser price tag. They already got Edson Alvarez. Ward Prowse is there. He's gonna be confirmed in this week. Basically, week starts on Sunday, so this week. Flynn Downs is out. They want a striker. They need a lot. They need another centre half, even if they get Harry over. But that's for them. Fulham. This Fulham, no. Listen, appreciation, but I'm not saying you guys are gonna be bad. Like you guys are still gonna be good, but everybody else is just gonna be good again. And the people who were shit last season are gonna pull up their pants and do better, right? No disrespect. I still think you guys can still finish top 8, but right now, 11. And this is before the season, remember. Brentford in 10th, this is a given. Thomas
You put them
Frankie.
at 10.
Of course, I put them at 10th. I could have put them lower, actually. I don't trust that
I,
Mark goal.
yeah, because no, not only that, but they lost their main striker. A lot of people seem to forget that Ivan Tony won't be playing at all. They are at the risk of losing Mbembo as well, which is their next best player in my opinion. Right? Like I don't think they have that much firepower going forward. The
So
only thing that they can what?
you put them at 10th. What are you talking about?
I mean, that's me though. I had a reason. I wanted to put them lower, but I just think that they do better than the others.
Look, my reasoning is that they finished, what was it? They finished ninth last year. But Chelsea and Liverpool have been a bit better. Obviously, Liverpool are already ahead of them, so Chelsea might go ahead of them as well. But I don't trust Mark Flecken in goal, right? He does not inspire confidence whatsoever. Yes, Mbemo is good. So is Johan Visa. I mean, you saw them against Spurs, and just a brilliant segue into who's finishing ninth. And I'm not disrespecting Tottenham at all. But you guys ain't that good. I mean, Madison is wonderful. He gave me 2 assists on my fantasy team. I was struggling this week. He gave me 2 assists. Who was it from
Oh,
Chelsea? The assist as well. Chilwell got me 7 points. I'm happy. I'm good. So,
wait.
yeah.
By the way. I think we should create a league for us, the GZ Sports League.
Yeah, well, the
And
season's already started, man.
yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get Fantasy Premier League because at the start of every season, at the end, it's like it just exists our phone applications. It's like it just get deleted randomly. We don't do it. We don't realize we do it, but it just happens. So I'm
I
gonna have
cannot
to.
open mine on this phone. I can't. It's been closed that long now. I can't open it anymore. I have to
Wow,
use another device. But yeah,
wow.
Spurs in ninth. They don't have Kane. Richarlison up front. Well, you're not playing Forest every week, so it's gonna be a problem. Eighth, the most entertaining team this season, I predict, Chelsea. Just because
Ooh.
watching the magician. Why I put Chelsea eighth? Well, I didn't even know the system. They're playing Levi Colwill at left back. That's gonna be a problem when you play a good team. You're playing well. Disasi got the goal, but he was never good during that game today. Um, Midfield still is a bit weak. Bringing Caicedo, yes, he does have a little niggle down in the foot region, so you might have to keep an eye on that over his Chelsea career. Gallagher played well as a six, but not a six. He will be caught up field, and the striker didn't do much. Nicholas Jackson, I still think he'll have a good season. And then you got Mudryk. Mudryk took 007 to a whole new level because it's been 2 seasons, bro. It's been 2 seasons. What are you waiting? What is you waiting on, man? He rounded
Magic
Allison,
is working for us or surrender.
bro. He
Yeah.
rounded Allison. I was like, he finally done it. He cut it back, and he still didn't get anything, man. He's just not good, man. He's just a horrible player. Seventh, Villa. I think no one
Here,
can disagree with this, right? Villa. They're
here.
in the Conference League. They're gonna win the Conference League, in my opinion. And that's gonna be a bit rough because most of these players have never played in Europe. Carlos, yes. Torres, yes. But that's about it. I mean, Diaby and Leon Bailey, yes, but that's basically about it. Kamara never really got a shot in Europe either. Tielemans did play a season for Leicester when they were still a good team, but most of this team not used to the Thursday, Sunday, or whatever type of play. So that's why I put them here. Now sixth, and this is huge for some people. Mohammed, don't come to my house. I am not home. I am not here. Do not be angry. Um, so I've put them sixth. Now remember earlier
Bro,
in the season, earlier in the transfer window, actually, we said Newcastle were gonna.
bro.
We said no. We had an idea that Newcastle could have won the league after they signed Sandro Tonali. Now after watching them yesterday, I feel like I need to reevaluate this thing again. But it's already out there. I'm not gonna change it. Um, for this, it's all down to the physicality of the Champions League. For some reason, I think they're going to put Newcastle in the same group with Real Madrid, with Bayern Munich, and with Napoli, and that's
I
not good.
mean,
That would
I
not
don't think it'd be a bad group for them
that
because Real Madrid are without two of their main players. I mean, Courtois, the one player for Madrid that I am actually terrified of, is not playing for them.
yeah, we know that. But bro, it's the
Right?
physicality. Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then cup games after that. They don't really have that much depth. I mean, going behind Tonali, Joelinton, and Guimaraes in the midfield, you have Longstaff and Willock. That's it. So one of those people are going to have to be consistently playing. I mean, Elliot Anderson is a beast, by the way, but he's more of an attacking player. Trippier, he has his replacement ready. Dan Burn, does he have his replacement? How's the centre backs? Lascelles can't stay fit. I mean, that's what I'm thinking about. And I know Isaac's injury record. He starts well now, but I mean, just give it some time. Just give it some time.
Chuck Dean Smith on the pitch.
What?
Chuck Dean Smith on the pitch. He can do
Oh,
it.
man, you need to stop drinking. You need to stop. You need to stop. Anyway, Newcastle here, the two money. And I've told everybody that I stand by this because it's the clearest I've ever seen. Now, I will ask you a simple question, Sam. Who do Liverpool have? Well, two questions. Who do Liverpool have as midfielders in the club right now? Senior midfielders.
All right. They have. Wait, who do they have? Wait, actually, Curtis Jones,
Yeah.
Harvey Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
Um, aside from them two, they didn't get Caicedo. They got Dominic Szoboszlai, but
Yeah.
is he technically yeah, he's a midfielder.
He comes as a midfielder.
Um, they still have chances to sign other ones. I know they're working on Amrabat. I know they're working on the French, the Frenchman. But for some reason, I don't know why Tolisso. Um, but aside from that, I'm not really sure who else is there. They released Jordan Henderson. Naby Keita is not there. Fabinho is not there. They can't even say, "Hey, Firmino, hold on."
Right.
James Milner.
Milner's
So
right. So they got and they have McAllister as well, right? They got Alexis McAllister. Who do they have as centre backs? This is where it gets interesting. Who do they have as centre backs?
all right, who do they have a centre half?
Hmm?
Centre halves. They have Van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate. They have. Oh yeah, they also have Stefan Bajcetic. For midfield. Um, so Konate, Van Dijk. Um, I don't really know Liverpool, but they do have the black man name again. No, so um,
Yeah, so let me fill you in, right? So they still have those two who started today. They have an injury prone Joel Matip, and they have Joe Gomez who can't put a 9 out of 10 on even if he had to write it with a marker. That's why I think they're not going anywhere. Because if Van Dijk or Konate get injured and say the other partner is suspended or just fatigued, who the hell comes into defense? And no one is talking about this, that Liverpool are literally short. If Klopp decides to move Trent into midfield, who plays right back? Are you gonna put Konate out there and start Gomez? You want to play Gomez? I mean seriously, and we know if anything happens
James
to
Milner.
Stop. See, Milner is at Brighton, bro. I'll break your head,
Milner.
bro. Milner played for Brighton, man. Chill, chill. I think the Milner days anymore.
Bro, bro, I don't know. I don't know what FSG is doing because they want to spend 100 and odd million on something there on Caicedo, but they don't want to spend other money on these positions that they genuinely do need. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like having the best attack in world football, like PSG, and having shit who knows which players in midfield. What is a Vitinha? I saw him score yesterday, but aside from that, what does he do? Right? And
Horrible.
I don't know what they're thinking.
Anyway, yeah. So that's why I have Liverpool in fifth because I think their squad depth is gonna be an issue, especially they're back in Europe. Fourth, this is where it gets interesting. This is interesting. Brighton in fourth because I think they
Hmm.
will. They've already. They're one of they're the best footballing team in the world, right? Whether Caicedo's gone, we know that, so we don't have to say whether he stays or not. Right? This guy used to be there last season. This is Colwell. He's gone back to Chelsea. They replaced him with the Brazilian Ego, brilliant defender. This guy they already replaced him with Mo Dahoud. Right? They've brought in another talent who scored on debut yesterday. I don't even remember his name. I lost count. Julio Enciso is going to be fantastic. This guy Buenanote is going to have a massive season. Lewis Dunk is finally getting his time in Europe. And then you got mans like Pascal Gross, Evan Ferguson, João Pedro, Daniel Welbeck. They have three options for every single position. And you can't tell a downgrade in each. Like they literally even have three goalkeepers as well. I don't get how people say Brighton regress because they're in Europe or whatever. They have the squad for that. Hell, the manager they have for that. They have two keepers who can both start for Premier League teams in Steele and for Verbruggen. That's how good Brighton are. That's why I think they will actually be one of those teams. You see what I'm saying? They would actually be one of those teams to finish in top four, right? And then it goes to third, and then this is where some people get angry because I said this is where Arsenal will finish. They can push Man City all they want. They have no striker. They don't trust Nketiah. Balogun doesn't want to stay. Havertz is just. I already told you he couldn't get high in a weed farm. Um, Defense wise, they got Timber, but they basically didn't get anybody because Arteta views him as a fullback. So they're still short at centre half. Gabriel wasn't fit yesterday. I mean, it's a long season, and that's going to tell a lot because even they're in the Champions League again. You know, they're not winning it, but they're in there. Injuries can happen anywhere. David Raya, they have two good keepers. I don't think the two goalkeepers are going to make you win the league. This is where it gets most interesting. Now, look who's at second. This is who's at. This is who's at second. So I have. I think I was drinking a bit too much, right? I think I was drinking a bit too much. So I have City at second. Now, reason being, right? They lost Maris. I'm not saying because they lose players, because they do still have an excellent squad. They lost Maris, right?
I got to
But
do the Ancelotti for this one.
oh,
I got to do the Ancelotti for this one.
oh boy, yeah. But listen, man, listen. Let me explain, right? So De Bruyne is injured. This just falls perfectly into this. He got injured. They don't have Prime Zidane and Gundogan anymore. Morris is not there, and they don't really have a right wing. I mean, playing Bernardo Silva does just leave the flank empty, right? The fullback doesn't have anything to do. Bernardo is going to drift in field. So Mike and they brought in Vardial. He's not going to play. I mean, City's the only team to put 100 million guy on the bench and not get criticized, and they did it twice. Um, yeah. So City gonna have an issue this season. They're gonna be all the teams have already all the good teams, not counting Burnley, they've already fucked up. Um, all the good teams in the league, they have found methods of how to properly defend or guard out Manchester City's attack, right? We know what Haaland can do, he doesn't really need touches, right? take him out of the equation, right? If he's not fed, he won't do anything. We know that for a fact. He won't do anything if he's not fed. De Bruyne is not there right now. He might not be there for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Gundogan is gone. Yes, they do have Bernardo Silva. Bernardo really he likes getting fed to then feed again. You know, he's the link. He's not really the guy to play the first pass. Rodri, who's in the pick, is Rodri not? I mean, he can bang them in. That's for sure. He can bang them in, but he's not gonna take the shot all the time. Rodri's not a shooter type. And who else do they have? They brought in Kovacic, but I know Kovacic is underrated, but he's never been the level of Man City for me. Never really been at that high level, if you know what I mean. Um, so the midfield is lacking. Obviously, we're saying this now. Pep might go out tomorrow, just buy Yozawa Kimmich, buy freaking Ryan Gravenberg, and then buy Verratti, and then we're all shut up and then we all look stupid. But yeah, that for me is gonna be a huge thing. You know, City always starts slow. Yes, they always win on the first day, but they always start slow. That's why Arsenal were so far ahead last season. Um, and I think that this time, right, between February and May, there's only one player who keeps their form consistently for the last 3 years at City, and that's Ilkay Gundogan. Everybody else has fallen off at least for a month. Right? Gundogan, as Kyle Walker said, he turns into Zidane during that time frame, and that's what keeps them winning. Without him during that time period, I said, look, Haaland can score 50 goals in 5 months. Doesn't matter. If they concede 100, they still lose every game. See, and they're not conceding 100, he's not scoring 50. Right? Haaland's not going to beat me on that one. But, and I have to laugh for this as I scroll down. As I scroll all the way down. And this is where it all ends. This is where it goes to shit. And this is the best prediction I've ever made, and I'm not retracting it. I could give one shit. Shut up, Justin. Man in the comments. Listen, I've said it already. I'm probably just an idiot for saying it. I don't know why. It's the first time. And listen, we had Mourinho under a good season. We had Solskjaer after a good season. And I've never, ever felt confident. Hell, I didn't even feel confident in 2013. I don't know why I'm filled with confidence this year. I have no idea. Maybe it's that bald guy. I don't know, bro. I have no idea. You could ask me, why do I think United are winning the league? And I couldn't tell you. All I could say is, well, Ten Hag is a good manager. Hoyland reminds me of Berbatov. And, we have Onana, so we won't really face much shots because if we're half lined up on your box, when you get a chance,
right,
I mean, you can from half line, yeah, but not everyone's going to go for that, right?
Jackson, me and Justin need some of anything what you're taking right now, right? Please.
Man.
In that moment, I need some of what you have because I don't know, I don't want to say you're being too optimistic, but you're being too optimistic. And I'm just being as real as it gets. Like City, we've seen Pep turn average players into world-class players. We've seen Pep literally take Calvin Phillips from Leeds, put him on the bench for a full season, and him still better than England next season. It's just the way how Pep operates. And while Pep may not have a right winger, he knows the player's strength. He can probably just say to you, Alvarez, yo, you have use, just go up on the right. You play up on the right for Argentina enough time, go up on the right and try this something. Or him can just be difficult and say, yo, which right winger up on the market right now? Berardi, cool. Look on it. Oh, Dembele, cool. I'll let him just sign, but just the point that I'm making. I don't think City mess it up. And if City don't mess it up, you know better than anybody that United, while we start off the season in a good position, we always just have a little drop in our form that sees us drop point, lose games even against absolutely subpar opposition. It was the same for Arsenal as well. Arsenal started off heavy. They started off as a steamroller, steam engine. But when they had to go up to that final cliff, they realized they ran out of coal. right? And City just kept pumping that goal. They're wondering where City get the goal from. But Pep, him just know. Pep is just like one of those people that knows what to do. That's why I think he's the greatest manager of all time, right? Him and Alex Ferguson putting them up there. They're just better than the rest. Simply the best.
Yeah.
Don't like for real though. For real. Ten Hag is an amazing manager. The United have an amazing team, right? Players coming back from injury. And we said it looks good and looks nice and thing, but same time you have to realize that City, Like Manchester City has been dominating England for the past 7 years, and that's why it's a farmers league in my opinion. Only one team have won, and it's Liverpool. Before that, it was just Chelsea and the City, but it was still City. City was still in the mix. You get me? And then after Chelsea has just dropped. Before that, it was United, but that was all the way in the 2012s. It's been over 10 years since we've had a grasp on any form of English football. Since then, it's been City, it's been Chelsea, and it's just been City and Chelsea until, as I said, that one thing with Liverpool. But you can't just expect United to just come up and say, yo, our year this year, I win. I'd expect us maybe if we finish second this year and we just come second by a couple of points, then next season I could say, sure. All right, sure. We just missed it last time. We're getting new players, we're getting better players. We can push and reach. But with this squad what we have right now, all the uncertainties surrounding the squad, surrounding the new players that we brought in, surrounding our midfield, surrounding everything, all the controversy, especially surrounding Mason Greenwood, for example. I think we're just not going to be able to focus on retaining first or winning the league this year. Just my personal opinion.
Listen, bro.
Just my personal opinion.
I remember 4-0 FC. So you got a fan in Justin. You should follow him on Twitter. Um, I remember 4-0 FC like in 2016 and 17 and 18. We just start the season, beat teams 4-0 for 4 straight weeks, and then we just forget how to score goals. This season, well, we didn't score goals last season, but this season, I don't see the part of. I mean, obviously, we're going to play Fulham, Luton Town are going to play their best football when they go to Old Trafford. You know that when Brighton come up there, they're not fucking around. They're not fucking. Hell, Brighton could win the league. You know? Brighton have beaten everybody. Brighton literally have beaten everybody.
Stop.
Think about
Stop.
that. Brighton
Jackson,
have
my segment need to come on, Jackson, my segment need to come on. Stop.
bro, I'm telling you. No, look, I'm saying they have beaten everybody. Even if you look at last season, they've beaten everybody at least once.
United have beaten everybody too.
But they won't do it. I'm saying Brighton can do that, but they won't. Right? Mohammed would love me to say Newcastle are going to win the league, but I won't. Right? I'm not going to do that. There's only one United. Anyway.
Newcastle won't win the league because they lost San Maximan. That's just the only reason for me. San Maximan was like probably one of only a select few players in the Prem that you could say 2 or 3 defenders are going up against, and you'd expect him to actually come out of that situation. Not turning back and passing, I mean dribbling past the other man still retaining the ball. I just rate San Maximan highly. And he's left now, so I don't see them winning the league. Like Gaston is great. They have Alexander Isak, who finally has touched form. Right? You have Callum Wilson. You have the Longstaff brothers. You have a lot of great players. Yeah, especially have the main man in this team, Bruno Guimaraes. But at the same time, I just don't see them outmaneuvering Manchester City on a cold evening in Manchester with about 5,000 fans in attendance. And the 5,000 are from Newcastle. So, I don't know.
Yeah, bro. We are running them way behind time, bro. This is all just because of the predictions. Anyway. We should have did this last week, but unfortunately, you know what happened then. Justin, so you can stay in the comments, bro. You can stay. Savage is gonna take the show now. I'm going to leave. I'm joking. I'm never leaving. Never leaving. I'm gonna be a pain in your side forever. Anyway, we will return in about like 15 seconds. Savage will take over for about 5 minutes, and then we'll all go home.
Yeah, for just 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes.
All right, welcome everybody again to the GG Sports Chance Roundup, aka the Savage Slaughter host with your boy Randy Savage, accompanied by the man, the myth, the illusional legend, Jackson Brian Jackson. What's up, my friend?
Shut up, man. Shut up. Shut up. Listen, I tell you, I could change where United is with Newcastle is. I could change
Nah,
it.
nah, 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 nah. You're
I'm not
keeping
changing.
that prediction until the end of
I'm
the
standing
season.
by it. I'm standing by that shit. I'm never. I you know I don't go back on my word. I'll never do that. But
I
I'm
know
just
you don't. I know you
I'm
don't.
just
I
looking
know
at
you
that
don't.
very nice quality.
I know you don't, but fair enough. We only have 5 minutes. We talked about all of this Premier League stuff already, so I won't even go into that. I had quite a few to talk about the Prem, but we've gotten all of that out of the way. So in the next 5 minutes, the thing that I want to hear the most from you is the predictions for the Golden Boot winner for each of the top five leagues. Now I'm going to give you the list of players that I have to win the Golden Boot. I remember last season I said Haaland slash Sterling. Haaland did end up winning it. Um, and such. That
Yeah,
was the only one we did though. We
bro,
didn't do it for the other league.
bro.
You
You
know.
you didn't go slack. You did say Haaland would score goals, but you outright said Sterling would win Golden Boot. Don't renege it.
All right,
Don't renege.
all right. Fine, fine, fine. But Sterling did play better than your pick. That's for sure.
Who was
That's
my
for
pick?
sure.
Who was my pick?
Yes, your pick was
Oh,
Son, I
Son
believe.
scored more. Son scored
No,
more than
he didn't. No, he
talking about.
didn't.
Shut
No, he didn't.
yo,
Sterling
just
scored way
look in the
more than
comments.
Son. But
Check who scored more and just put it in the comments
y-
if it's there.
Lawrence,
In the comments.
please
Because I
check who
think
scored more. I'm pretty confident that was Son's worst season, by the way, in recent time. But yeah, firstly, for the Premier League, I'm going to just list them out for myself, and then I'll hear you counter or just agree, and then add, and then we can be gone and done and dusted. So for the Premier League, I have the obvious choice, Erling Haaland. I don't really need to explain why, considering last season. For La Liga, I have actually put my money on Robert Lewandowski, especially considering that Karim Benzema is no longer in the picture. Right? They've replaced him with Joselu, but I don't think Joselu has the same level of playing ability as Benzema did. Benzema came really close, but Lewandowski did outscore him in the end. For the Serie A, I'd like to be different and not say Victor Osimhen. So I'm actually going with a alternative in the form of Rafael Leao from AC Milan. He's scored goals in the past. He's been exceptionally well. He is perhaps the wild card for the season for me. Well, no, considering what's coming up, he's not the wild card, but he's getting there. For the Bundesliga, there's only one man that I can realistically say, hey, throw on the boots, and it's Harry Kane. He's done it in the hardest league, in the supposed hardest league in the world. I am sure he can do it against part-time German plumbers, right? We know he lost the Super Cup, but he did lose against the second best team in Germany, barring Dortmund, sadly. And then the final one is League On, and I'm not gonna say Kylian Mbappe. Reason being is because I don't know if Kylian Mbappe would be in League On. So aside from that, I'd have to go with the next best option in Alexander Lacazette. Last season he came second, and by the skin of a hare's teeth, Mbappe did end up winning that Golden Boot. Now, if you tell me Alexander Lacazette nearly outscored Mbappe in the French league, I would have told you you're lying. But seeing it and believing it is one thing, and I think that he will reach his full potential this season. Alexander Lacazette. So Jackson, you can go ahead now. Let me know your thoughts. I hope we can add something there. All right, Son outscored Sterling in the league. I'll give you half a point for that. I'll give you half a point for that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
It still don't make you less delusional though, but you know.
Bro, Son won the Golden Boot the year before. I had to go with the previous winner or Kane. Like I would have been close with Kane still. But for this season, ah, England. Well, I'm gonna go with Ivan. I'm joking. I'm joking.
But
He won't play anyway. He's not playing until January.
exactly, that's what I was about to say.
It's gonna be Haaland, right? We're going with Haaland, the boring choice. I am daring. I'm not going to go with the boring choice. I hate doing that, right? Hell, I could say Nicholas Jackson, but I know he won't go anywhere close to that.
Bro, Nicholas Jackson won't score more than 60 goals.
I can bet you that he scored 16. Anyway, I couldn't say
Oh,
Rashford
okay, let's see.
Rashford like that. Um, you look at who else is in the freaking Prem who scores goals? You look at Salah. You could say Salah hits 30, but can he actually catch Haaland? Doesn't look like it. Not bringing up anybody from Spurs. Um, yeah, apart from Haaland, you have to look at probably even Jared Bowen from West Ham, Isak.
Nah.
People
Mm-mm.
scored goals last season.
Yeah.
Maybe they continue their form, maybe they don't. But it's gonna be Haaland. In Spain, it's really hard to tell. No, it's not. Lewandowski, of course. You could say Iago Aspas because he's always been in the top three for the past few years. But
Always, always.
he's not gonna be the guy to dethrone anybody. Then again, if Mbappe does move, we would have to change again because
Yeah,
I
if
don't
Mbappe does move, I'd
Mbappe
actually put
can
Mbappe
score
at the
a
top.
lot. Yeah. Serie A, Ciro Immobile. I've
All
this
right,
is one
that's
guy I've
completely
never
honest.
actually seen go a season without scoring about 30 goals. It's very frightening, and he's never played outside of Lazio. That's the problem. Um, Bundesliga, you can say Kane. I will say the Golden Boot winner is coming from Bayern, but I will pick Jamal Musiala. I just look Bayern played to the centre forward, but to the shadow striker more. So all the passes going to Kane are going to put him into the channels. He's going to have to find another pass that leads to Musiala. So that's how they've always played, and I don't think they're going to adjust it any further with Kane. So I think
I
Musiala,
expected you to actually say Timo Werner, but Musiala is still a great show.
yeah, Musiala is good. In the French league, it does get much difficult because, yeah, you could have said Mbappe, but we're unsure now. Lacazette is there. Loic Openda was very good for
Penda, yes,
last season.
from Lens, yeah.
Um, but he's at Leipzig now. Um, but I could go with Jonathan David, but I don't know if he'll stay. Yeah, sorry, I'm being attacked by a
So
Liverpool.
yeah, Liverpool finishing 10th, by the way.
Yeah, just leave, just leave, just leave, just leave, just leave. Gosh, you know what you're gonna walk in on. You know what you're walking in on. No, no, can't talk to me. Wait. You know what you're walking in on, man. But anyway, yeah.
Salah, Salah
I would
ain't the best Arabic player.
I would have actually picked Loic Openda, but he's gone to Leipzig. I want to pick Jonathan David. I don't know if he'll stay. I would pick Gift Orban if they would just get the freaking deal over the line, because I have no doubt he scored 45 and 48. That in Belgium. So yo, listen, I don't know, but French league, I'll just stay safe. I will pick I'll pick David. I'll pick Jonathan David because no one's coming for him, and I don't think he'll move now.
All right, that's clear. And with that, I guess I wrap up the Well, yeah, I'll wrap it up for now. I'll wrap it up for now. There was one more topic, but because we're pressed on time, I won't really go more into that. So the next show we can deal with something. But yes, thank you guys, especially Justin for tuning in live. Thank you to everybody that follows us on Twitter and Instagram and our own personal pages. You can find us at GZ_sports on Twitter. Um, Randy_Savage for me, Jackson Brian Williams for Jackson on Twitter as well. Just want to say thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the kind words. You know, we've had some really great and fun interactions and everything. So we just want to just say honestly thank you. And it's been a great show, Jackson. Over to you.
Yeah, bro. Well, you already know how it is with me already, bro. Justin, I haven't seen you in like 5,000 years, but then again, we're not that old.
Yeah.
Uh, good to see you though. Shout out to you and the family. Shout out to the dog them from back then. Cause I don't really have contact with anybody. I know you probably get that through Spencer. So that's how it works. I don't really have anybody else number. My phone kind of cracked fully when it comes to contacts. Um, but yeah, shout out everybody. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and those who watch it afterwards as well. Um, Click me up all you want. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Earlier, obviously, if as long as this guy is back, he is gonna be taking another flight. So, as long as everything works out, we'll be back next week. Sunday as per usual. Usually it's 4 p.m. So, yeah, 4 p.m. Or we'll meet on Saturday. We'll let you know. You see the Twitter handle there. You can keep an eye on that if you're on Twitter. If not, the link will be there anyway. But thanks again for watching. Stay safe, don't die, and we'll see you
Please
guys
don't.
next week.
Oh,
Me a talk about Jeezy Sports. Tune in for the offline tour.